What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today we're going to try out Breloom in the Sunshine Cup. This Pokemon is absolutely made out of paper. It is so squishy, but it's a unique grass and fighting type Pokemon, which gives it access to core breaking potentially the normals plus all of the water types you might see in this meta. I see a lot of Quagsires plus Furrets, a lot of Licky Lickies in this meta, and generally a lot of things that disrespect fighting type damage, so I think Breloom is going to put in some work here today. Really quickly, before we get into the battles, I want to say if you're not currently subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It helps out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. But let's get into the battles and see what this team can do. Breloom into a Cargo. This is so weird. I don't like this matchup. I think I'm going to go for a Force Palm and then swap out because I won't take the Incinerate by... Oh. Okay. They're the ones who swap out. That's so weird. What do I think's in the back here? I wouldn't be surprised if it's double flying. What if they're triple weak to Ufisk? I could see that being a possibility. I bet they're triple weak to Ufisk. I think that's going to be the thing. We'll see, though. Maybe they're not. Maybe I shouldn't be using a shield here. Maybe it's a Gastro in the back line. Okay, they do let that go. Okay, well, it's not exactly what I thought it was, but it's not unplayable for us either. We'll see, though, because Mud Bomb here is going to add up quite a bit. I might be able to swap out at some point, too, and save some energy here. And if I can, that's really nice. Yeah, let's just save all the energy that we can. Come back in for it. And they're forced to come in... Oh, Ember Macargo. Jeez, okay. Actually, that's probably better for me if they're on Ember, right? Because by being on Ember, that makes it so they don't have the fast move pressure. They need 2 charge attacks to knock us out. I would assume. Or they need to overheat. We'll see, though. Did they overheat us here? Or not? I'm going to shield this. It might be a bad play. Nice, it is an overheat. Okay. And now Trailblaze should knock out. I have a lot of energy left over on my Ufisk. And this is a debuff to Macargo now. Do they want to shield and invest in this thing? No, they don't. Okay. Well, now it's down to the Wigglytuff to win them this game. And the problem for them is I survive a Swift, and honestly, they're getting really low on HP too. So there's a chance here that I can just win this game, even with fast move pressure if I have to. I'm only 3 away from a Seed Bomb on my Breloom. Alright. 1-turn lag is definitely a thing again, guys. This is the worst news I've heard all day. I just got a full charm snuck through. It's been so bad recently. I don't know why. I don't know if you guys have been seeing that too, but in my experience, 1-turn lag has very much been a thing once again in the Go Battle League, and that it might cost me here. We'll see. Because I'd be able to get the move. Okay, they overfarm anyway, which I think they had to go for a farm down into an Icy Wind into Breloom, but the game's trying to make its best to be close here. But Mud Bomb knocks out. There we go. Okay, Breloom popping off. Let's go. Alright, next opponent. Breloom into Macargo. Okay, well, this time I'm going to do what I said I was going to do last time, and that's go for 1 Force Palm and swap out. But we'll see if they stay in or if they do switch. Okay, it's actually on Ember again? Maybe I should have stayed in. I was not expecting Ember. Should I be expecting Ember? Is that just the play? I don't know. Is it the same team? I swear, if it's the same, like, Wigglytuff team, I'm gonna cry. It's not gonna be pretty. Okay, no, it's a different team. Honestly, kind of had to bait this out. Oh man. Imagine the world I'm running Shadow Blaziken with counter. Just imagine that world. It would be beautiful. Oh, that does nothing after the debuff. 8. Alright. So, here's the fun thing. Breloom on paper does hard wall the energy from Cradily. But in reality, it doesn't happen. Because the acid fasting pressure is doing so much to us as well. But it's fine, we can knock out this Pokemon. And we still have our Ufisk in the backline. Now, once this Cradilly's out of the way, is hopefully going to be able to put in some work. Big Seed Bomb. Alright, who do they bring back in? If it is that Macargo, maybe I just stay in at this point. It is the Macargo. I guess I'm going to stay in here for a second. Oh my goodness, Breloom? Well, what's in the back? Ah, no! Dude! Dude, Shadow Blaziken, a single Shadow Blaziken sweeps this guy. My fighter's just not good enough. No, Ufisk. Poor guy. Nowhere to go in the back. That is an insane team. Alright, got an opponent. It's gonna be Breloom into Girafarig. Oh boy. Okay, well, that's not a great lead matchup here. I'll safe swap my Furret and hope for the best. At least Girafarig is kind of a squishy Pokemon, right? So it's not gonna be able to wall a lot of damage. Alright, it's a Wigglytuff here that they come in with, which is another Pokemon my Breloom really does not want to see. Can I end up winning Switch here? Or at this point, am I just in a lot of trouble? 5, 6. Alright, they're at the Icy Wind right now. I guess I'll no-shield this. It could be a bad play, but I just feel like I can never really brute force this matchup as much as I'd want to. I don't even know why I'm trailblazing here, but maybe this is the right play. Maybe it's the best play I've ever made. Have we considered that? 3. Alright, if one Force Palm knocks out, then I only take one Charm and they don't get a Swift off. Of course, that's, oh, okay. Wait, didn't they have a Swift there? I could have sworn they would have. Maybe not. Alright, we save a Seed Bomb, we bring in this guy, and we're met by that guy. Oh my goodness, we're getting outspiced. Kind of. There's a Wigglytuff that they're using, which is a Pokemon I don't love seeing. Is there ever a chance to win this game? I don't know. I need to get shields down as soon as possible here. I do have that Seed Bomb loaded. That could be pretty helpful. But that Girafarig likely has Trailblaze, right? And that's not ideal. That would do a lot to my Stunfisk. Well, let's see what they do here. Swift is not going to knock us out, so I'm going to no-shield the next one. They're likely on Fly as their secondary attack. A big shield by them. I'm going to no-shield this. I'm going to hope that I survive whatever it is well enough to be able to still dance around this game. We'll see. Big Swift. Yeah, we survived that. Alright. This game's going to get so weird. Do they shield this or not? They do shield. Okay, well, now it's going to be a call, and if they swap out instantly into Girafarig, right? Do they switch or do they stay in? Nice! Hold on! Hold on! As long as we can fast move down the rest of that Drampa here, we should be fine, right? Down goes the Giraffe. Down goes the Grandpa. Alright, Breloom. I see you. Alright, next opponent. It's gonna be a Breloom lead into a Shadow Quagsire. Beautiful. Please tell me there's like a Furret in the back line, and Breloom is just unbelievably bad for them. It must be. That is an instant top left. Okay. Alright, next battle here. Breloom into Dartrix. Yikes. Okay, the Peck user. That's not fair. Honestly, that's a pretty bad core breaker for my team. I don't really have an answer to Dartrix on my team. So we'll see what they want to do. I'm very happy, though. They're letting us get this attack off. There's a good chance they're going to try to go for a Brave Bird into us to either get a shield or a knockout into our poor little Furret right now. But that's fine by me, because the longer they stay in here, the less it's going to be focused on, like, destroying the rest of my team. Alright, are they going for a Brave Bird? They are, so good shield. They're at 1, and they swap out. Okay. We see a Macargo come in, which is a Pokemon in Pokemon Go. It's a Pokemon that they're using even right now. This is gonna be so weird. Because a Rock Tomb does not knock us out. Does not knock us out. Actually, no, it does knock us out. That's what I meant to say. The Rock Tomb knocks us out, which is why it's annoying, because they don't have to overheat. Anyway, what if I catch the move instead? What if I catch the Rock Tomb here to make it so now they're doing really inefficient damage, and so I can outpace them before an overheat to a Mud Bomb, either getting a shield or a knockout. What if I do that? Is this a good play? I don't know, dude. This is looking so scuffed so far. They do shield that up. They have an overheat ready to go. But honestly, I'm kind of fine with that, because the switch clocks are pretty desynced at this point. Overheat might not even knock us out. Maybe it does. We'll see. It doesn't, because overheat is so bad. Such a bad move, you know? One of the worst moves in the game, didn't you know? This is fine. If they're actually weak to Breloom in the back, I might have a chance here. Okay. I could have swapped, but I don't really want to. I'd rather just come back in with my Furret now and make it so I can switch out if I need to. I don't want to switch lock anything this game. They let that go. The confidence here is unnerving. Oh! Okay, I should have swapped out immediately. That's on SmackDown. Wait, I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine. Why is it on SmackDown? Hold on. Hold on. If this was Fire Spin, I think I'd be so cooked right now. But SmackDown is not Fire Spin. Okay? Please tell me Breloom can Force Palm through the rest of this thing. I think it can. There's no way it can't, right? There's no way that Breloom can't just tap its screen. I could have also thrown a Dynamic Punch. But let's go. Okay, Breloom. Who worries about a double fire with a flying type lead? It doesn't matter. Breloom's just too good. Alright, next opponent here. Hopefully not another Dartrix lead. As fun as that is to play around. Oh, that's actually probably really good for us, right? I want to avoid this with my Unova Stunfisk if I can. Let's see what they're going to do. Oh, they come in with a Chessnaught of their own, which is basically... Oh, are they superpowering instantly? If so, I'm really happy with that. Yeah, okay, I'm actually so fine with that, because now I can definitely just 2-shield farm down. Let's see what they do, though. I'm not that great into Chessnaught, so I'm pretty happy that they're maybe sacrificing this Pokemon here. I am a little bit concerned about what if there's a Wigglytuff in the backline? That feels very likely at this point. But if that's the case, honestly, I think I just have to let my Breloom go down, right? What's the final Pokemon going to be? Please tell me it's something I have a lot of play into, and I just win with Breloom, because Breloom is so cool and awesome. Okay, I actually don't know if I survive long enough to get my next attack through, so I'm just going to go for the 2 Force Palms into the Dynamic Punch. I actually did survive. Oh, actually, no, they let that go, which is an interesting play. I'm just gonna go straight Swift here. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's still a Breloom around. There's a Furt that's gonna get 2 Swifts off. He was in a pretty bad spot there, but my Ufisk was looking pretty bad that game. Alright, next opponent. Breloom into the Wiggler. This is so bad. Why? I guess, if I'm being objective, Wigglytuff doesn't actually have a lot of bad matchups in this meta. I've seen some bad Pokemon for it, right? Like, what's that guy called? Macargo, I suppose. But aside from Macargo, there's not a lot of things in this meta that really just don't have play for Wigglytuff. Alright, they're at an Icy Wind +1. I survive whatever they throw, so I do get a second attack off here. But this is not great. They're at 1. Okay, they swap out here. Or... well, at least we bait this out, I suppose. And we get a neutral Swift into them. But they get to farm up way too much energy here, actually. I can't swap out. They need to make the switch clock shorter. They're at back-to-back Swifts right now. That's so tragic. I guess I just swap. I only take a Swift here, and Swift is not going to do that much to us, but that Wigglytuff is still around. It's still pretty healthy, too. Maybe there's a Talonflame in the backline, and then well, actually, if there's a Talon, I'm in so much trouble. Because Breloom has nowhere to go. But surely it's not a Gastrodon in the backline. Surely it's not that. Ah, man. Okay, well, this was maybe not the best team I could have seen. Like, the jury's still out. Maybe this is the best team I could have seen. But it doesn't feel like I enjoyed this too much. Well, I mean, I know what my win con is here, and it's like the most cope win con I've ever seen, because they're like at a Swift, and they have a Body Slam almost ready on this thing as well. My win con here is that I Force Palm everything down, and surely, if I remember correctly, that Wigglytuff is not at like 50% HP still. They're not that healthy, right? There's no way. Oh, yeah, no, they're so low. Like, if 3 Force Palms were enough, just imagine, I would have won that game. Alright, next opponent. Breloom into Gastrodon. Alright, as long as my Stunfisk avoids this, I'm pretty happy. Likely there's some flyers in the back, though. Okay, there's the Furo. You have to remember that they did do 1 before swapping out with that Gastrodon. Alright, so they're at 6 right now, which means this is a drill run. They're 5 away from a drill peck. Honestly, I kind of want to take a drill peck, though. I know I don't get knocked out by it. They're smart, though. They overfarm. If they shield this, I would actually be pretty happy. If they shield this, I would be over the moon. Why don't they ever go for switch advantage? That's what I want to know. They're at 2. Alright, so they always play this out in such a way that I can never really save my Stunfisk, but at least this time I do get a second Mud Bomb off. They're at 5, so they have back-to-back Body Slams after 2 more Mud Slaps. I mean, I survive whatever this is. It's likely going to be a Water Pulse, because it does do more raw damage, but it could just be a Body Slam. Okay, it is Water Pulse. Let's not take that damage if I can help it. 5, alright. I have to go for Trailblaze here, I think. Just ramp up my damage. Let's see what they do. They likely go for a shield here. They kind of have to. They're at 3, so 2 away from their next drill peck. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Alright, this game's gonna get so weird. 4, 5. Alright. So, do we think that I can win this? Yes or no? I'm gonna do this. I feel like this is the way that I win the game. Just sacrifice the Breloom here. I can go for a Trailblaze now into the Gastrodon. They should be 4 away from a move. And so I should be able to just... Honestly, I'm just gonna Swift them. And then I can Sucker Punch down the Toucannon. Alright, let's go. I know that those Gastrodon leads, they look like they're gonna be good for Breloom, but Breloom, not good into anything. not that good, at least. So it always makes it a little bit more awkward. But Furret, luckily, is a good secondary counter to the Gastrodon, and it's not even that bad into Toucannon. Alright, next opponent. Breloom into Blaziken. Okay, Battle of the Fighters. Is this on a Fire-type move, though, or are they on counter? It is counter, okay. So that makes it a little bit better for us. Actually, does it? I don't know. Maybe it's worse, because their Fast Move pressure is actually kind of hurting us here. But I do outpace them to this first attack and go for Seed Bomb, but I throw in bad timing to get this off first, which I think is fine. Because now I get rid of most of this Blaziken here. Okay. They come in Cradilly, and that worries me a little bit. It worries me a lot, actually. Because Cradilly is going to be able to put in a lot of work here, and they saved energy still on that Blaziken. So they can probably Blast Burn something still this game if they want to. I'm not even going to be able to knock out this Cradilly with my Furret. So they're at another move now. I'm not going to swap to Brick Break. I don't think Brick Break's the play. Brick Break wouldn't even help out that much in this matchup. I'm pretty sure it'd still be very scuffed. Pretty sure it'd still not be the most ideal matchup in the world. I'm expecting Furret in the backline, almost certainly. At least here, though, my Ufisk does have some energy on it. And if it is like a Furo or something in the back, I'd have play against that. There's a chance they weren't expecting Ufisk. Oh. Dude, no. No! Okay, so I needed my Breloom for everything. Alright, next opponent. Breloom into the Shadow Quagsire. Alright. We gotta win this one. It's gonna be interesting to see what they have in the backline. And they actually swap into Vigoroth here? Okay, hold on. Well, that's really good for us. I can just shield this, farm down, and now I have like 100 energy on my Breloom. Which is going to be pretty useful, I would assume. Well, what do they have in the back? They bring in like a Peck user here? I mean, if so, okay. Well, I have a pretty easy way to win this. I just have to let this Breloom go down. My Furret's not bad into Quagsire. And if I don't get knocked out by this Incinerate, which I probably do, oh, I don't? Then I get a second Dynamic Punch through. Honestly, that Incinerate did a lot less than I thought it would. Hold on, Breloom. Are you getting a sweep right now? No, but you're getting as close as a poor little Breloom can. All right, they're at 3, so they have an overheat right now. And that's going to hurt quite a bit, but Ufisk is bulky. It's only going to put us down into the yellow. And shields are down, right? So as long as I don't let a catch happen, I just win this game. And yeah, there is that for Quagsire. It's not going to want to take a Trailblaze. They might be hoping right now that I'm on Brick Break, because I have seen quite a few Brick Break for it in this meta. But since I'm not, I actually just easily one-shot them here. All right, big Trailblaze. Honestly, I'm going to undercharge this quite a bit. Just because, at this point, I don't want to knock him out. I want to get a little bit more energy if possible. That way I can stall at the switch clock. I don't want to give him a huge farm down here with their Macargo into us. They're at 2, so they do have access to a Rock Tomb after one more Incinerate. But if I can, I'm going to swap in and just go for that Mud Bomb whenever it lets me. Nice. Which I guess is right now. Now this should get the knockout. And Breloom, man, dude, Breloom actually kind of put in work this game. They were so weak to fighting type damage, but they were also weak to fighting type damage that resisted water, which is such a unique thing in this meta, but that's why I'm using it. That's why Breloom's just too good. Next game, Breloom into Macargo. A lot of Macargos today, man. All right, well, let's see if they stay in or not. They do, so I'm going to swap here. They are on Incinerate. It's been kind of 50-50 on the moveset on these Macargos, I've noticed. A lot of Ember Macargos. Honestly, I'm going to no-shield this. I think there's a good chance they just Rock Tomb us here. Well, I shouldn't have no-shielded that. Goodbye, Frit. That's a smart play. I did not realize that completely one-shot. I thought I'd at least get a Trailblaze through there. But this is still fine, because Breloom's just insane. And now we farm all the way down, and we win. Oh boy. Toucannon in the back. Alright, well, can I ever win this? It's gonna be hard, but if they're actually really weak to my Ufisk, there is a chance at that. Or... oh, but I'm gonna be permanently Beak Blast debuffed, aren't I? Nine. Alright. I have to shield something. I don't love shielding against a Toucannon, but I do feel like that is what I have to do. At least once. They're at 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. You're joking me. They CMP the Drill Peck, just for good measure. Well played. That's a nice CMP by them. But if it is a Fearow in the backline, this doesn't matter. I guess I'll just knock him out no matter what. Alright. Well, what do they do here? I wanted to overfarm to be able to outpace a Fearow, potentially. They shield. Hold on. What does that mean in the back? Is it actually a Fearow? It definitely could be. But I'm going to be double debuffed now. Oh, they overheat? That's weird. Oh. Never mind. It's it's the Drampa guy. Alright, next game. Breloom into the Wiggles. Alright. I don't love this. I'm going to stay in. This might be a crazy play. But I think that I can get to a Seed Bomb. I thought I was going to be able to get a Dynamic Punch, but no, not quite. But that's fine. We likely get a shield here with the Seed Bomb either way. But even if we don't, we get some nice chip damage. You're at 5. Alright. I would not be surprised with double Confusion in the back. 6. And if that's the case, my Furret is my win condition. I'm just investing in Furret this game. Big Icy Wind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have the Swift, but I'm at my double Mud Bomb, so they probably throw on Alignment here. They're not quite at the Icy Wind, which is really nice, because I do survive the Swift. Yeah, they do throw immediately here. But as I said, I do survive this move, so I'm not that concerned. We're at 1, 2, Alright, what did they do? Do we see a shield? Honestly, I'm going to undercharge this a little bit, because I want to get a farm down with Furret to get an energy lead. Boom. Okay, down goes Wigglytuff. What's in the back? Please tell me I made a team read. Well, I made a team read. Whether or not it was correct or not seems... maybe like I didn't, but we'll see. They're at 6 right now, so they have a Brick Break if that is the moveset they're running. But since I do have the energy lead here and a shield advantage, I'm not in a bad spot. 7. I'd be so happy with a Trailblaze right now. But we'll find out. It might just be a Swift. Yeah, they're at 7, so... 8, 9, 10... I win CMP. If I get a knockout here, that's really nice. Please tell me it's Girafarig in the back or something I can beat just in general. That'd be so nice. They shield that. Interesting. I know I don't get knocked out by a Swift here, but I think I do have to shield this. Alright, I have to go for the CMP. My only hope is that it honestly is like a Shadow Girafarig in the back. I feel like that's about all I could imagine winning against. Maybe against a Gastrodon too? Okay. We have the Trailblaze. Hold on, did we actually just win this? I mean, obviously we did. This one-shots were +1. Alright. Let's go. The Furret's just too good. Oh, we got our next match here. Breloom into Furret. There we go. Beautiful lead. Sucker Punch is resisted by Breloom. Although Swift, while it is, not the best move in the game, it's gonna hurt if they do end up landing it here. So I'm gonna shield this up. But look at my Force Palms. 4 Force Palms already are gonna put this below half HP. Big Swift. They probably swap out now. I think I Force Palm down. Oh my goodness. I do Force Palm all the way down before another move. That's ridiculous, actually. Maybe Breloom's better than I thought. And the thing is, I thought it was, like, really, really good. I swear, I think this Pokemon's amazing. They have to shield my Breloom, unfortunately for them. Well, I guess they don't technically have to, but I'd also be fine just with the Wigglytuff taking 2 Seed Bombs, I guess. They're probably using Quagsire in the back, right? Or... 5. Yeah. Or Gastrodon, That's just as well. Because I have Trailblaze. And people don't run Trailblaze in this meta, right? People only run Brick Break. Right? Yeah, we're good. We're good. I'm going to shield this up. It does more damage than anything Wigglytuff's going to throw into Furret, so Furret actually still gets quite a bit of damage off into the Fairy type. What are they going to go for? Probably just a Swift if I had to guess, but either way, I mean, I have a Mud Bomb almost on my Stunfisk, so... Yeah, they Ice You, and that's just a waste of energy at that point. I can swap. Alright, Swift here will likely get the shield, but if they let this go, I win. If they shield, then I get to swap out, go for the Mud Bomb. They do shield, so let's switch. Big Mud Bomb. And down goes the Wigglytuff. Man, Breloom actually just kind of popped off this game. The Furret. I haven't seen that before in this meta. I didn't realize it was so dominant into Furret in the even situations. Just shield once, you farm all the way down. You have 2 charge attacks for the back line. Let's go. Breloom might not be the most consistent Pokemon in the game, but it is so much fun. It's very unique, and it's a Pokemon here today that did put in quite a bit of work. So if you want to try out Breloom, give this team a go. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.